Welcome back once again, everybody. I'm Dean for My Progress, and today we're going to be looking at why it's important to read the method sections of research papers. Before we jump into the video, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of a research article is to read. Do you avoid reading the method sections? And whether there's any particular areas of a research paper that you avoid like the plague. So we've all been there as early career academics or undergraduate students. We often shy away from some of this really complex information and maybe laborious information which is featured within the method sections. Instead, if we're looking to talk about the results and kind of what happened within that study, we might first of all lean towards the introduction, because that gives us a little bit of background information about why that research article was conducted, what the important theories and theoretical frameworks were which underpinned it, and also in that hypothesis section, what the research article was looking to get. And then when we're looking to see what the paper actually found, we might be tempted to shy away from the results section, because as an undergraduate student or even a master's student, sometimes it might be quite complex information, or it might be written in a very convoluted way. But also we might then start to look at the discussion, because actually, in the first paragraph of the discussion, that's where all of the meaty information, the take-home messages are normally concealed and housed. And so if we want to know what the paper found, we can just turn our attention to that. And then when we're writing our essays or when we're writing our research articles, we might be commenting that this individual found this individual found this. Together it means X, Y, and Z. But as Craig and I have been trying to educate you throughout the last couple of months within these videos, it's really vital, if you're a student looking to really push your grades, that you start to look at the critical analysis and the critical discussion around those research papers. Not only in isolation in terms of what this paper did that perhaps could have been improved, or what some of the great aspects of that paper were, but also when you're comparing and contrasting two or more research papers. If you find that study A found this and study B found something which was the complete antithesis or opposite of study A, you need to be able to offer some reason and some rationale as to why those differences occurred. And one thing that I always point my students towards when we're trying to identify some of the potential underpinning reasons for those differences is to look at the method section. So some of the core limitations that people look for are sample sizes. So was this a small sample size? Yes, we know that having small sample sizes are not ideal, and we really need that statistical power to have confidence in the outcomes of our results. But that's a very weak argument, and it's not very study specific. When we are looking for your critical evaluation, we want those critical points to be pertinent to the study in hand. And so what you might be wanting to look for is, well, did study A measure this concept or phenomena using this self-report measure? Whereas study B may have used either a different self-report measure that might be more valid or reliable for that particular demographic, or they may have used a completely different behavioral measure, or they may have used observational data. And it's when you start turning your attention to the method sections that we start to see exactly how this research came about. And this can be really beneficial for you, especially at undergrad level, looking forward to your research portfolio or your dissertation, because when it comes to that, you can then start to generate ideas about all of the weird and wonderful ways that academics and researchers have researched that particular phenomenon. And hopefully that will allow you to say, well, actually, I don't have access to this machinery or an MRI scanner in my particular department. And so I might have to measure this phenomenon using a self-report measure or a behavioral measure. And suddenly you're in a much better position when you start your own research to know what is possible within the resources and time that you have as an individual. The method section will also give you all of that procedural information that really shows you how that research was undertaken, and not just the materials and measures used to elicit the data. This can really help you to frame those positions as being a researcher. So what do you need to do on the day-to-day basis to elicit those results and undertake that complex piece of research. It might also have some ethical considerations that you can put in your ethics application that perhaps you didn't think of. Remember, you're not expected to know everything, but drawing on all of the research and knowledge from other academics will make you a better researcher yourself. So in a nutshell, please do turn your focus and attention to the method section. Yes, it might not be the most interesting element to read, but it can convey some really priceless information that will ultimately push you and advance you as either a student or an early career researcher in your own right. Hopefully you found this video useful. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below to let me know if you're an individual who's previously looked at the method section or whether it's been something that you've let pass you by. As always, I'm Dean for My Progress, and I will catch you in the next video.